What if aging isn't about slowing down, but leveling up? I'm Dr. Isaac Jones. This is the Longevity Leaders Podcast. All right. So tip number 7 is all about heaven. It's about sex. A lot of people, they think that sex is sex. Sex is not sex, right? A lot of people are like, oh, well, orgasms are really good to help you live long and healthy. Some people will say is the people that live the longest are people that, for men in particular, are people that actually orgasm less. They'll orgasm once a month and they live a lot longer. So I don't agree with that statement, but I do think it's important to control, when you're having sex. And I'll talk to you a little bit about that. What we know is that when you abstain from an orgasm, as a male, your testosterone increases. When you have an orgasm for the next 2 to 3 days, your testosterone, dramatically decreases. So for women, it's much better to have, more orgasms and to enjoy that. However, what I want to talk about is the different ways that people experience this. So, however, one way is what I would say is a destructive way. Which is through pornography. Now, pornography, I believe, will help you age faster. It's a very toxic way of getting quote unquote off. And whether you're a male or female, it actually stimulates the brain in such a way that is not, it's not actually healthy for intimacy between a man and a woman, or between your partner, right? So what it actually does is it creates, a separation from your ability to experience a higher level of satisfaction with your spouse. So what I would highly, highly recommend for you to live a longer, healthier life is dump the pornography, right? Dump all of the things that are not going to allow for you to be fully brought into the intimacy with the person that you care about the most. So when you are making love, this is something that we want to do on ideally a regular basis. This isn't something that we want to do once a month. This is something that we should be looking to do, 2-3 times a week. Some people, the people that are some of the top longevity experts in the world, they do this every single day. They're doing some sort of sexual kind of intimate thing. And for me, it's not practical with all the children that I have and things of that nature. However, if you can do that, if you can be intimate with somebody, and it doesn't even need to lead to an orgasm, but just be sexually intimate with them, even if it's just snuggling or being close to them, that is powerful. This is one of the most powerful things that you can do to help you live longer and healthier. Why? Because the science shows that physical intimacy without the orgasm is still extremely powerful. It creates a slew of peptides and oxytocin, and endorphins and enkephalins that we don't even have a name for. We can't even understand scientifically, right? When you actually have an orgasm, there are things that we don't know that happen inside the body. But what we do know is that it massively helps you increase your health, decrease your blood pressure, increase nitric oxide levels in your body. The list goes on. There's so many positive things with being sexually intimate with your partner. So my prescription to you is to get away from any kind of over excessive stimulation, such as pornography, and move towards physical intimacy with your spouse or with your partner, and be intentional about doing that. And so the second thing I would say as an action item for this is to make sure that you have time for this at least 2 to ideally 7 times a week. Okay. So I'm not even there yet, but the goal would be to do this 2 to 7 times a week with your significant other, with your loved one. And this is, again, one of the most powerful longevity solutions and strategies. I know this is a little bit of a longer video for one of my tips, but just looking at all the research there and being around a lot of the experts in the industry around longevity, they keep talking about how important lovemaking, orgasms, and intimacy is, even if it doesn't lead to orgasm, and how important that social that connectivity is. So go ahead, take action on this. You guys are probably very excited about this. All the husbands out there, all the men out there are excited about this video. But again, you respect the other person. It's the more that you can serve the other person, the more, I believe, enjoyment that you typically get out of it. All right. So my next tip is a very practical tip, but it's something that a lot of people forget when they're looking at living a longer, healthier, more vibrant life. Can't wait to share it. Thanks for listening to the Longevity Leaders Podcast. Our Longevity Leaders community is on mission to transform 100 million lives by 2040. If you enjoyed this show, please share this with somebody that you know, especially another doctor or physician, but also click that follow button. Until next time, stay strong and live long.